So, I'm gonna talk about my goals that I made in 2024. I'm not actually gonna talk about my stats. I'm gonna talk about that in my next vlog because I've pretty much stopped vlogging altogether. Like, I only vlog if I have to, just because it's one more thing I need to do and I want to like lessen it. But Goodreads numbers, I am on track to read 200 books, so I will give the final number in like the end of my reading goal. I did get to my goal on YouTube, which was 500, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I did not get 1 to 1,500 on Instagram and TikTok. I would have to look, but I think I'm like within the 400 to 500 range, so really happy about that. But I'm going to talk about that more like when I do my like next one, because I'll like make new goals, but some of them did not go the way I wanted, which is okay. But my goal is to always read 3 genres every month, and I think I do a pretty good job of that. I'm a very diverse reader. I'm not someone that reads like romance only or fantasy only. I'm very much diversely, which I think is good. I think it makes me a little bit more like well-rounded. I would have to count, but I've definitely read about 50 audiobooks, maybe even more. I would have to do the actual math of that, but I think I'm going to count that as good. And I have either finished or caught up on 20 series. I'm going to try to keep the same exact goal, but I just want to do better at like tracking it. Like, I'm gonna really just try whatever Cassidy spreadsheet is. I think I'm just gonna add a section in that spreadsheet that shows me what I'm like that. And I have failed with nonfiction. I think I read maybe 1 nonfiction book this month, so I'm gonna try to do 10 nonfiction next year as well. But this year was not a year for nonfiction. I'm gonna be honest. It just wasn't. It just was not where my focus was. But yeah, I did definitely revamp Game of Chance, so I changed that, and I like how I've been playing that a lot more. That's been super fun that I've been playing that, and I still cannot figure out the book buying ban with it, but maybe I'll figure out something in the next couple days. I did not stay bookish organized this year. My grandfather passed away in March, and it's just been a lot of process to get back to like being focused and being all that other stuff. It was just hard those couple of months, so ever since March, I think my bookish organization, like I didn't even use my little England design planner. That's something that I really want to like get better at. I think I'm gonna talk about that in my goal section, and my like all the lists I make, and all my bullet journaling, all that other stuff. I just want to find a way that's like organized to me, and right now I am not there yet, and it's just hard to stay organized, so I have to figure out a way that like makes sense to me. But I did wind up doing a readathon pretty much every single month in some capacity. The only month I really didn't do a readathon officially was probably November and December, and I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break, but I anticipate to do a lot next year. It's still a very big goal for me. Overall, I didn't make a ton of goals, and I think I'm gonna kind of redo that a little bit. Whatever goals I make, I really want to reassess them, and whatever lists I make, I want to like reassess them in a physical location, like in a journal that has like a physical way to check it. So yeah, because I definitely did not do that good with anything. So yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna use my little England design planner as like all my lists and just put them there. But yeah, I don't think it wasn't the best reading year, I will say that. Like, I think I definitely had times where I didn't read anything, and then I had times where I read a ton. But that's just, what life is. Sometimes I read a lot and sometimes I don't. But I did do my monetary goals, which I think was important, but I just need to get better at like the whole organizational thing, and that's just something that I do need to work on. So yeah, the goals, I think I'm gonna say I did pretty well with them, minus the nonfiction. But I did do like most of the goals I did succeed. I just didn't make a ton of goals this year, and then I didn't reassess my mid-year goals. That was like when my life kind of went to hell in a handbasket at that point. So, but my goal is to really use this planner a lot more. So that is my plan. That is my recap of my goals, and I'm gonna hopefully in the next couple of days I'm gonna sit down and make my 2025 goals, which is going to be a lot more interesting video. But yeah, that is my update on my goals. I would love to hear if you make reading goals. What is a reading goal that really has worked for you? And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. hit those again. So I'm actually just gonna add something to this video because I realize it's super short just because I didn't do a ton of like goals that like I had to chat through. But I did want to kind of chat through my lists and plans that I made. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lists. I am not making that many lists next year because honestly, like, it's just too much for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the list that I made and if I'm going to keep that list next year and how many books I read. So for sequels to read in 2024, that was probably my best, and I only missed 3. I missed Second Son, Heir Apparently, and Thinly Downly Rolls the Dice. So, but from books by authors I read before, I have not read 5, which is probably my weakest link. I don't know if I'm going to do this list next year. I may, we'll see. My NetGalley arcs is always the worst. I only read 4 of them, but you know, I just wanted to make a list. I like a list. My 5-star reproductions, I actually only didn't read 9 of them, and I did read a lot of them. A lot of them were like really, really highly rated, so that's actually not that bad. My self-destruct list, I always do bad with because I just forget about them. So yeah, I really have to like identify what books I really think I'm gonna read. I'm not gonna do a 2023 like a 2024 list. I'm just gonna kind of do like a general beat the backlist challenge because that again is like what and beat the backlist again. Both of those lists just were too many books. So I had like 8 lists. I'm not gonna make 8 lists. I'm gonna make like 3 lists, maybe 4. We'll see. But I do like to like kind of check in. I think the problem was that I just didn't check in on the list. So I need to like add a category in my game that is connected to the list, and I haven't really done that. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. Also, in the middle of the month, I was like, this was my original bullet journal, and then I hated my handwriting because I have sloppy ass handwriting. I just don't write very nicely. So then I got a virtual program, which I like a little bit better, but I still want to do a handwritten thing. So like, it was a lot of like indecision that I wasn't like, I was just having a lot of issues that I didn't feel like I was like having a clear answer with. But I do love getting my stickers, so I just have to find a thing that works for me organization wise. But that was just too many lists. So like again, I had, you know, like 6 lists. I don't want to have 6 lists this year. So that is my new goal, is to kind of lessen the list so I have better things to focus on. So the next thing you're going to see is eventually like a series of lists that I'm gonna kind of put together. One I can't make until I have watched all the YouTube videos that I'm making. But yeah, honestly, I didn't do that great with all the organization stuff, and I think that when the organization kind of fell away, that's when my focus on that stuff fell away. I had a really tough like March through May. I would say that was like a tough time just in general, but we're on the mend, we're making a comeback. And yeah, so sometimes I hate looking at this stuff because I'm so organized in like various aspects of my life, and then when you look at everything, it's like, oh, you're not that organized. So yeah, but I'm gonna go start making my lists for next year and hopefully have better luck. So I will see you guys in my next video, and let me know how your goals went. Mine went okay. My list did not, but my goals went okay. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.